Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Bucs and the Hawks, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle, and we just heard it, and that means it's time for football at Lumen Field. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. CD, our quarterback matchup here, it features two of the most decorated guys around. A couple of guys certainly with gold jackets in their future. Tom Brady of the Bucs, Russell Wilson of the Seahawks.
And you always feel like you're fortunate to watch games like this and have things unfold right here in real time, because we always want these types of matchups. And being able to watch guys who've been elite NFL quarterbacks for so long continue to do it at a high level, we're the lucky ones.
Two teams that came into the NFL together back in 1976. The Seahawks and Bucs are underway. This is DJ Reed returning, and he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Dancing to his left. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up, keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play and gave up a bigger one instead.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
You and I both know most coaches are really fearful about their quarterbacks running with the ball. They don't want him to take that big hit. I don't think they worry about that with Russell Wilson. He's so smart in what he does, and we just saw it there on that scramble.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw caught here by Metcalf. Still fighting for more. Touchdown. DK Metcalf, 45 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Throwing to start the drive. Brady getting it out wide here to Bernard. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll give him 8 that time. And it's a 2nd down. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And oh, his first carry, he loses the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready, and above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Eluding the pressure right. Leaves it for Penny. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And that's going to be caught. Dwayne Eskridge. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Dwayne Eskridge. 44 yards. And the Seahawks lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 14-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Meanwhile, Brady's throw on target to Godwin here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Brady. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 29-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Brady's throw there complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans there to make the grab. And the Bucs have made this a one-score game. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. That's taken in by Eskridge, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. Flush to his right. Oh, Metcalf, what a catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Only needing 2 yards on second down. Again, Wilson. Flushed out right. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 33. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
Mike, 56, right there, right there.
A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Brady going to throw. Into the hands of Darden. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Succop's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch.
Yeah, it's on.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks would extend their lead here just before halftime. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll say he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. So we are at halftime here. We now proceed to the start of the second half.
Both these teams going through their final adjustments before heading back out of the locker room. Time for us to go back out to Lumen Field when we rejoin Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Throwing to start the drive. Brady looking middle. It's caught by Gronkowski. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Now Brady. He's going to drop this one down to Bernard. Bernard churning, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson eluding the pressure right. He hits his target, Lockett. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. JPP cruising in for the sack that time. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, Wilson. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Shotgun now for Brady. Johnson's got it complete. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's a give to Fournette. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball.
Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, 43 yards. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. Extra point put through by Succop, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. That's caught by Penny. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They go play action now. Wilson. Open man is Eskridge. That's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Dwayne Eskridge, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now up to 14. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
On 2nd down, Bernard. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. Another try after the 1st down sack. Brady, throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And some room to work. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there on the catch and run. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Here's Brady to throw. And this is caught by Evans. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. And he's got Gronkowski. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Buccaneers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Succop. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now Pinion with a kickoff honors following the touchdown. Here's Reed. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock defensively. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf, 73 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now Myers for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
On 2nd and 10, Brady. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
4 yards remain for 2nd down. Again, it's Brady. Getting it out wide here to Bernard. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Brady's throw on target to Godwin here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First down now, but that clock rolling. And the catch made by Johnson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Brady's saying, let's go, as he'll hustle him to the line. Brady's throw there complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll make it a 2nd down. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
This is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Now, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Gets by him at the 25. Again with a juke. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So the victory here for Seattle, and I think you'd have to label this an upset. Yes, they were at home, but still an upset. They got the job done.
Yeah, even being at home was not enough for people to think they were going to pull this one off. But give them credit for playing not just a smart football game, but one where they were going to be physical about the whole thing. They put up their fists and said, let's fight, and showed their crowd that they were into this one.
Then that's the thing, the crowd responded. They were really good in this game.
Yeah, they were not going to be pushed around. They were not going to be intimidated. They refused to back down and came away with a victory.